You might be wondering the same thing I am. Who is actually in charge of building my house? I mean, really, who's really in charge? Is it the people in the office with the fancy titles, the managers, the coordinators, the superintendents, the contractor, or the builder? Well, stick around. In today's video, we're going to shed some light on that and maybe reveal a truth that nobody's talking about. I'm Nick. This is my channel, Got Studs, where we're cutting through the BS in home building. So let's shed some light on what I'm talking about when I say GC myth. Most people think that the contractor or the builder control everything on a job. And the truth is the GC or the general contractor and the builder aren't always the same thing. And even when they are, they actually don't control the work. The trades do. The job doesn't move because of titles or schedules. It's because people show up, they care, and they execute. Our role, no matter what our title is, isn't to command or control. It's to prepare, equip, and coordinate so the trades are set up to win. For some clarity when it comes to what we're talking about when we say builder or contractor in the home building industry. A contractor is typically the one that's going to be in charge of all the legalities. They're going to be the one who's licensed, depending on what state you're in. They're going to be the ones who are actually in charge of the home building project. The builder, on the other hand, is the company or the brand, the entity, right, that hires all of the staff underneath them. Lots of times it could be a company, or the builder could be the company that's hiring the general contractor to build the homes. Sometimes the builder and the contractor are the same. It's the contractor started a business and now they're also considered the builder. And then all these titles, project manager, project coordinator, superintendent, construction manager, contractor, builder, sometimes they're the same. Lots of times, depending on this, most of the time, depending on the size of the company, they're not. Any one of those people in that chain of command underneath the contractor could, quote unquote, be the builder when it's time to point blame and get answers for something. And that leads me to this. We have the builder, we have the contractor. Are they the ones that are actually in charge of building your home? Well, in my experience, no. All right, let's talk about the illusion of control. You show up, it's Monday, last week you got the framers lined up, you got the material lined up, you show up to the job site, 7 a.m., no one's there, nothing's there. Monday turns into Tuesday, Tuesday turns into Wednesday, you're calling, you're not getting any response, and now the homeowner's already visited the job site, and guess what? They're calling you. Hey, just checking in, I was looking at the schedule, and it showed that we should have started framing a few days ago. Yes, you're right, so-and-so, we had some issues with the supplier not getting the material on site, so the framer showed up, the material didn't show up in time, so they came and then they left. Oh, really? Okay, well, I thought we hired you to get my job done. I thought we hired you to be in charge. You quickly realize, especially if it's your first time as a builder, first time as a superintendent, or even first time as a homeowner who's going through the process of building their house, that we're not in charge. You know, we can do all the prepping, we can do all the planning, we can do all the coordinating, but at the end of the day, it's the trades. They're the ones who call the shots. They're the ones that if they don't show up because we weren't prepared for them or we weren't ready for them, the job doesn't move on. And when the job gets hung up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can bet that the rest of the trades behind them are going to get hung up too. So what might have been a day or two fumble could turn into a week or two fumble. So let's talk about real quick what being in charge on a job site really means. The job of the builder isn't to chase the trades around. It's not to scramble every Monday to figure out where they're going to be or who's going to be where or when this was supposed to happen. As the builder, our job is to equip them. It's to make sure when they show up on the job that the site is ready for them to go. The people that needed to be before them did their job, that the plans, the selections, the decisions are all made and it's all laid out, ready for them to go when they do show up. Here it is, as plain as it can be. The builder doesn't build the house. We build the environment for the trades to build the house. So as fancy as our titles can be sometimes, project manager, superintendent, contractor, builder, we're not the ones actually building the house. But it is our responsibility to build the environment for those that build the house to win. Let's be honest, we're at the mercy of those who swing the hammers, hang the drywall, and we depend on them to show up, care, and deliver. As a builder, you got to take on the role of leadership. And leadership in this role, it's not about control, it's about coordination. You can't force craftsmanship. We can only set the standards, communicate often, communicate well, and check the work like a partner, not like a boss. All right, I hope this video helped kind of wrap up some of the confusion when it comes to actually who's in charge. To me, like I said, it's the trades. As much as we like to think with all our fancy titles, it really does dial back down to them. It's really important that you show your trades, subcontractors, the respect that they're due. Yeah, the GC's name is on the sign, but that's where the myth starts and ends. Now, don't get me wrong. This video wasn't to discredit the work that goes into the planning, the permitting, the insurance, the licensing, the legal. We know that's a lot of work, and it takes a well-oiled team to dial it in, pull it together, and make it happen. But the point of this was to say, out in the field, it's the trades, it's the subcontractors, and it's our job as the builder to set them up for success. And especially if you're starting your first home building project, to help shine some light on the perspective when you do go into start your planning and design phase of your build, and when the actual thing starts to come together, to have that perspective and realize that those people that are out there in the field, they're the ones that are going to put your house together. They're the ones that are going to make or break the quality. We can do all kinds of things to help them, to equip them, to set the bar as high as we possibly can, to enforce the quality that we can, and it's as simple as that. Don't forget to comment down below and mention the trades that keep your job running. Hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next job. I'm Nick, this has Got Studs, where we're cutting through the BS in home building.